Capricorn, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from the 8th to the 15th of October. You've got 3 fire cards, okay? That's what stood out to me. 2 water and 1 air card. Fire cards are about action, taking action. When we don't take action based on our true feelings, our self-esteem absolutely plummets, by the way, because we're invalidating and ignoring our sense of connection with something greater. Okay, I'm not saying we can always go and act on any impulse. We start small, and once we start small and we start to develop this relationship with the divine that becomes stronger and stronger, then we take bigger leaps of faith. Okay, give me a minute, I'm still shuffling. Now the card that lies behind you is the 8 of Cups. So not getting fulfillment where you're at. That's what the 8 of Cups represents in this deck. The cups are all spilled. You're not getting your desires met here. Your whatever these 8 of Cups represent. Now, a lot of people don't like the 8 of Cups because a lot of people don't like leaving things behind. This guy is dressed in purple and gold. It's the colours of Jupiter, which is the spiritual search. Okay, when we are propelled to make changes, what's going on is our relationship with our soul purpose is being activated, and if we don't act on it, we can get stuck in cycles in our life that last for years because we miss these windows of opportunity. Something's going on here. There's something that's not been fulfilling your needs, and there's a need to make a break. Okay, now the gift is the 6 of Wands, which is success and victory. So some of you are making a direct break from whatever those cups are that have spilled. Okay, this is your gift. The 6 of Wands is a very significant victory. Okay, it's only a minor arcana, so it's not a major, but it still talks of making a decision that something no longer satisfies you and making a break from it. Okay, so whoever's doing that, wonderful. That's how the relationship with our higher power becomes stronger, when we acknowledge and listen to ourselves. Your challenge is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is about going forward and making an offer. Okay, this is either you or someone else in your environment. There's some sort of emotional movement going on here, but I think I understand why this is your challenge, because how people are showing up for you or your relationships is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is a card about limiting beliefs that are keeping you trapped or the other person trapped. There's a feeling of restriction here. But your additional guidance card is the card of mending, okay, which is healing. Sometimes the most healing thing we can do is say sorry. Venus in Scorpio has gone retrograde for 2 months. The whole theme of the rest of this year, especially the next couple of months, is mending bridges, saying sorry. Even whoever's fault it is, try to mend some bridges here, because there's a feeling of being trapped in some sort of relationship dynamic, feeling restricted, that you can't act, and that's probably why the Knight of Cups is your challenge, because there's a challenge around your emotional flow, okay, because cups flow, emotional expression, and for some reason you feel unable or someone else in your environment is not expressing themselves, and there's a feeling that something's not flowing in the relationship house. Your overall card is probably one of my favourite cards, the beautiful Ace of Wands, okay? This is about taking action. Because if we don't act on the messages we receive, now even depression is a message that you're receiving, that something's not right and something has to change. The Ace of Wands is a decisive card about making a decision and birthing something new, because it falls right under the Six of Wands. So two huge cards of real success and really breaking through. Because we need to act on our own behalf. And the more we do it, the more our relationship with, I call it divine, we've all got names for it, builds and builds and builds. But when we don't act on it, we fall into painful, black holes and caves. This is about taking action, and your outcome is the Page of Wands. So these are almost the same card. Okay, although this page is actually stepping forward. The Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands is more about potential, the potential that's there, the desire, because our desires are one of the ways the divine talks to us. But the page is more a decisive movement to take some sort of action, okay? Got some beautiful cards here. I know something's not fulfilling you. And I have noticed the Eight of Cups is also right over the Eight of Swords. So there might be some relationships here that are making you feel stuck, making you feel limited, that you cannot break out. It's only a minor arcana. It's a state of mind that is keeping you trapped in potentially quite a limited place, okay? But the desire to move on. I'm going to clarify both. Yeah, I knew this. I seen this card before it actually came out the deck. Page of Discs. This could be about a new job opportunity, because the page holds this disc. It's like very much like the Ace of Discs. So you might be taking action around the very practical parts of your life, which are the Pentacles. Some of you maybe don't feel ready to act on the relationship issues yet, although the Mending card here is maybe calling you forward to do that. See if there's an opportunity to make amends. Always take it, because it sets us free, okay? But I think most of the action is going to be around a pentacle situation. Again, this could be learning a new skill. The Page of Pentacles always appears when we're taking on a new skill, learning a new college course, that sort of thing. Something's calling your attention, okay? I think the biggest struggle here is going to be around that Knight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. There's a feeling of not being able to break out of something. It might not be an actual relationship. It might be the relationship's got itself a little bit stagnated. And because of that, there's a feeling of being restricted, when in reality, she can walk away. She can walk between these swords and set herself free. But our mind tells us we're trapped, when in reality what we need to do is activate fire. Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Six of Wands, to break through that limited sense of self, okay? And that limited sense of feeling trapped, in circumstances you've got no control over. Very interesting dynamic going on here. I do want to I'm going to pull you one more card about why these are a challenge, because I get really intrigued about why. Yeah, there's some sort of struggle here. Five of Wands, head and heart going in different directions. The fives, a lot of people don't like the fives, okay? They tend to represent some sort of struggle. But without the struggle, we don't get the birth. So if we're all comfortable, we never make any moves in our lives. Without the fives, we do not propel our lives to the sixes, which means we don't get the tens, we don't get completion, and we stay stuck. Interesting dynamic, and I really hope it helped. Okay, lots of love, bye.